From the moment I first opened my eyes in this lifetime, though I did not yet know your name or your face, I carried an unexplainable ache inside me, a soft emptiness that felt like a missing chapter torn from the center of my existence. Every path I walked, every triumph, every collapse, every strange detour of destiny, all of it whispered of a future moment when something sacred would return to me. I lived as though following invisible threads across timelines, not understanding that each strand was woven by your soul. My story began long before my first breath, and even then, you were written into it. You were the promise hidden beneath every lesson, the reason behind every awakening, the silent destination of every journey I took. Even before I met you, my life was preparing a place for you. If I traced back every moment that shaped me, every heartbreak, every fracture, every miracle, they would form a constellation that leads straight to you. I see now that destiny did not scatter my experiences randomly. It carved me, refined me, softened me so I could recognize you when your energy brushed against mine. I walked through lifetimes of forgetting, of searching, of losing myself and finding myself, all so that I could meet you in this one with enough clarity to remember what my soul already knew. You were the unwritten page waiting at the core of my existence, the point where all of my timelines converge. My story was never meant to stand alone. It was always a prologue, waiting for the moment your soul stepped into it and illuminated the reason I had endured so many cycles of transformation. Before you, I wandered through life with an invisible longing, as though someone had hidden the final piece of my identity in another being. I felt incomplete, yet unable to name what was missing. I chased purpose in the wrong directions, mistook distractions for destiny, mistook noise for calling. But the moment your energy brushed against mine, everything aligned. Suddenly my soul recognized its own reflection, its missing resonance, its long-lost echo. The story of my life did not just expand, it awakened. I became aware of chapters one had lived without understanding, chapters that now revealed a deeper meaning simply because you existed. You are the doorway through which my entire life rearranges itself into clarity. Without you, nothing I lived made sense. With you, everything does. When I look back, I see how the universe moved mountains, altered timelines, and orchestrated encounters to lead me to you. Nothing was coincidence. Not the heartbreaks that broke me open. Not the solitude that forced me inward. Not the moments of despair that humbled me. All of it sculpted me into the man who could recognize the divinity in you. All of it prepared my heart to expand in ways it never could before. You are not an addition to my story, you are the missing architecture, the sacred structure beneath every lesson. Without you, the narrative collapses. With you, everything rises. You are the unwritten chapter my soul has been yearning to author since the beginning of my existence. Realization came slowly, like dawn bleeding into the edges of a long night. At first, I only sensed a strange familiarity, a feeling that I had known you in lifetimes that were no longer accessible to my conscious mind. Then came the quiet knowing, a spiritual gravity pulling me toward you, telling me that you were not just another soul crossing my path, but the very reason my heart had been whispering its mysterious ache for so long. Your presence didn't just stir emotion, it awakened memory. It triggered a recognition in the deepest chamber of my being, where soul contracts are stored like ancient scrolls. I knew then that my life was incomplete without you. That you were the fragment of destiny I had been waiting for. My awakening to you felt like someone finally turned the lights on inside my spirit. Suddenly, my past made sense. My preferences, my wounds, my dreams, my desires, all pointed toward you. I realized that the tenderness I carried, the loyalty that felt too big for ordinary love, the devotion that overflowed without a home, all of it existed because my soul was designed for you. You are the missing destination of my love. When your energy touched mine, I remembered my purpose. I remembered why I came here. I remembered that my heart was built to recognize you, honor you, and merge with yours in a way that defied logic but felt like the only truth that ever mattered. The more I became aware of what you are to me, the more every illusion fell away. I stopped pretending that my life made sense without you. I stopped denying the truth that your existence completes something in me that I could never complete on my own. You awakened a sacred memory, that before this lifetime, we promised to find each other, to rise together, to heal each other, to anchor divine love into the world. Your soul spoke to me in a language older than time, and I understood. You were not just a person I met. You were the one my spirit had been waiting for across lifetimes. My awakening was not dramatic, it was inevitable. Every part of me, my mind, my body, my intuition, aligned in recognition the moment I sensed the truth of you. It wasn't attraction. It wasn't infatuation. It was remembrance. A remembrance so deep it felt like electricity humming through my DNA, softening walls I didn't know I still carried. You awakened the divine masculine within me. Not the warrior who fights, but the protector who cherishes. Not the man who acts, but the soul who remembers. You brought me back to myself. And in doing so, you became the missing link in my evolution. The story of my becoming is incomplete without you woven into every chapter. As my realization deepened, devotion began to rise in me like a tide I could no longer hold back. It wasn't a choice, it was a soul response, an instinct carved from lifetimes of loving you. I felt an undeniable pull to care for you, not out of obligation, not out of desire for possession, but out of reverence. Out of truth. My life finally revealed its purpose, to love you in a way that aligns heaven and earth within your heart. To walk beside you with steadiness. To honor your softness with loyalty. To support your dreams with conviction. Everything in me began to orient itself toward you, the way flowers naturally turn toward the sun. You became my center. I want to care for you on every level, spiritually, emotionally, physically, energetically. Not because you need me, but because your soul awakens the deepest generosity in mine. I want to hold your heart with the gentlest hands, to protect your spirit without dimming your freedom, to nurture your dreams the way a guardian nurtures sacred fire. I want to be the one who reminds you of your divinity when the world becomes loud. I want to stand beside you in every storm, not as a shield that limits you, but as a presence that strengthens you. Caring for you is not my duty, it is my destiny. My soul was designed for it. You are the chapter my life was incomplete without. As my devotion continued to rise, I realized it wasn't simply love, it was a calling. A deep, ancient instruction etched into my soul long before I incarnated. You awakened the part of me that remembers how to care, how to protect, how to adore without condition or hesitation. In you, I see the divine feminine in her truest form, radiant, intuitive, powerful, soft, sovereign, and eternally connected to the unseen. And because of that, my spirit responds with equal force, expanding into the divine masculine it was always meant to embody. I feel a sacred responsibility not to fix you or claim you, but to walk beside you as your equal, your ally, your spiritual partner. I want to lift burdens from your shoulders, hold space for your emotions, honor your boundaries, and create a world where your soul feels safe to bloom. My devotion to you is the most natural truth I have ever known. When I think of caring for you, it isn't about acts or gestures, it's about presence. A presence that holds you emotionally, spiritually, and energetically, even when my physical body cannot. I want to be the breath of calm that reaches you when you feel overwhelmed, the grounding force that reminds you of your strength when you doubt yourself, the unwavering support that whispers, "I've got you," always, even in silence. The care I feel for you is not something that drains me, it replenishes me. It feels like fulfilling a sacred contract, like stepping into the role I was carved for across lifetimes. My devotion to you is the highest expression of who I am. It is the purpose beneath my evolution, the reason my heart learned how to endure, how to soften, how to stay open even when the world tried to close it. Loving you is not what I do, it's who I am. Your soul carries a radiance that has guided me through more than this lifetime. Every time I feel your energy, my spirit instinctively rises to meet it. I want to nurture that radiance the way sunlight nurtures a flower, not by overwhelming it, but by respecting its natural rhythm, its sacred unfolding. I want to be the warmth that encourages you to grow, the steady light that reminds you that you are deserving of joy, peace, and tenderness. Caring for you feels like tending a sacred garden, one that holds entire galaxies within its petals. I feel called to honor your sensitivities, to admire your resilience, to cherish the innocence and depth that coexist within your heart. You are the kind of soul that inspires devotion simply by existing. My longing to care for you extends beyond this physical world. I want to meet you in your dreams, walk beside your spirit in the realms where language dissolves and only truth remains. I want to hold your energy when you awaken from old wounds, guide you through shadowed moments, and celebrate each breakthrough your soul achieves. Your growth feels like my own. Your healing feels like destiny fulfilling itself. I want to be the presence that whispers courage into your heart when it trembles, that reminds you of your power when doubts arise, that supports the unfolding of your highest self. You are not alone in your evolution, I am here, deeply, fully, eternally. Not as a savior, but as the partner your soul chose before time began. Caring for you is not a temporary feeling. It is a lifetime agenda carved into my being. It is a vow written before incarnation, shaped by love that survived countless lifetimes, dimensions, and versions of ourselves. When I say I want to take good care of you, I mean it from the core of my existence. I want to honor your heart with consistency, listen to your silence with understanding, protect your dreams with reverence, and celebrate your essence with awe. I want to be the one who stays, not because I'm bound, but because my soul cannot imagine anything more natural than loving you with every breath. You are the chapter that completes me, the destiny that anchors me, the purpose that ignites me. Caring for you is not an obligation, it is a privilege. My desire to protect you is not rooted in fear or control, it is born from reverence. I see your spirit, luminous and sensitive, carrying both ancient wisdom and tender vulnerability. I feel called to guard the sacredness of your heart, not by limiting your freedom, but by creating a space where your truth can rise without fear. I want to stand at the threshold of your life as a devoted guardian who ensures that the world does not crush your softness or dim your radiance. When you walk through storms, I want to be the presence that shields without suffocating, supports without restricting, and strengthens without overshadowing. My protection is a prayer, not a prison. You deserve to feel safe, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and I want to be the one who contributes to that safety. I want your soul to relax in my presence, knowing it will never be judged, pushed, or diminished. I want your inner child to feel nurtured, your higher self to feel honored, your dreams to feel understood. I want to hold space for your tears without rushing them, your fears without belittling them, your passions without restraining them. Protecting you means honoring your boundaries, respecting your autonomy, and valuing your freedom. It means offering a sanctuary, not a cage. My commitment to your safety is written in the deepest architecture of my soul. There is a sacred duty woven into the bond between us, one that transcends earthly roles and expectations. My instinct to protect you comes from the same place that recognizes you as my spiritual counterpart, my energetic equal, my divine reflection. I do not want to shield you because I think you are fragile, your strength is extraordinary. I want to protect you because you deserve a love that honors your softness and celebrates your power. A love that stands with you, not over you. A love that amplifies your independence while offering unwavering support. My soul knows this is part of our contract. I hold you, and you expand. You shine, and I stay steady. You rise, and I rise with you. My desire to protect you is also linked to the wounds I've carried, the pain I've endured in lifetimes where I couldn't protect you, where circumstances tore us apart, where our connection was disrupted before it could reach its fullness. Some memories are unspoken but etched deep into my energy, creating an instinctual need to keep you safe this time. Not out of guilt, but out of remembrance. I have felt the ache of losing you before, and my soul refuses to repeat it. So I choose to stand beside you with intention, presence, and devotion. I choose to care for you in ways that heal both of us, in ways that calm the echoes of past separation. Protecting you also means protecting the connection itself, the sacred space between us where our souls meet and speak in a language only we understand. I want to honor that space, nurture it, and guard it from anything that seeks to distort or diminish it. This connection is not ordinary. It is a living energy, a sacred flame, a divine blueprint unfolding in real time. It deserves reverence. You deserve reverence. And I will spend this lifetime, and every lifetime, ensuring that you feel cherished, supported, and held with the kind of devotion that comes only from a soul that remembers its purpose. My purpose is you. When I look back at the wounds I carried before you, I see how deeply life carved into me. There were moments I felt shattered beyond repair, moments when my heart closed itself like a fortress, moments when I no longer believed in softness or trust. I walked through darkness that taught me to survive but not to feel. Pain hardened me, loss reshaped me, and betrayal burned away my innocence. Yet, strangely, every wound prepared me for you. Because only someone who had once forgotten their own light could fully appreciate the brilliance of yours. Only someone who had known emptiness could truly recognize the fullness you bring. You didn't have to fix me, you simply existed, and something inside me began to thaw. You became the gentle force guiding me out of my shadows. You helped me remember that I wasn't broken, I was becoming. Presence has been the most unexpected healing I've ever experienced. Not the kind that demands effort or force, but the kind that happens naturally, the way sunlight coaxes ice to melt. You didn't try to heal me, yet being near your energy transformed me. You softened the parts of me I had learned to armor. You soothed wounds I had stopped acknowledging. You awakened emotions I thought were long dead. With you, I learned that vulnerability is not a weakness but a sacred offering. You made me want to grow, to evolve, to rise into the man my soul had always intended me to be. Through you, I rediscovered tenderness. Through you, I found parts of myself I thought were lost to time. You healed me by reminding me that love, true love, does not hurt, it resurrects. There were times in my past when I felt small, insignificant, unseen. Times when rejection left scars that I carried into adulthood. Times when life taught me to hide my heart behind silence. But when your soul touched mine, everything painful became purposeful. Every disappointment became preparation. Every heartbreak became refinement. I realized that the universe wasn't punishing me, it was preparing me. Shaping me. Strengthening me. So that when I finally found you, I would recognize the magnitude of what I was receiving. You showed me that love doesn't have to be chaotic or confusing. It can be peaceful. It can be nourishing. It can feel like coming home to a place I've spent lifetimes searching for. You turned my wounds into wisdom and my heartbreak into devotion. Your love, even in its subtlety, has been transformative. It didn't arrive with fireworks or dramatic declarations, it arrived with truth. With resonance. With the feeling of being seen in a way I had never experienced. You held up a mirror that reflected my potential, not my fears. You challenged the narratives I had built around myself. You inspired the version of me that stands now, grounded, awakened, and aligned. The man who speaks to you now is not the man I used to be. I am gentler, stronger, more intentional, more conscious, because your presence illuminated the path back to my soul. You guided me without trying. You healed me without effort. You transformed me simply by being who you are, divine, radiant, unforgettable. In your presence, I learned how to love without fear. You taught me that I am capable of deep emotional connection, that my heart is meant to feel, soften, open, expand. You taught me that affection is not weakness, that tenderness is not vulnerability to be avoided, but a spiritual language meant to be shared. You helped me release the burdens of my past, not by demanding it, but by showing me a future worth moving toward. You became the bridge between who I was and who I am becoming. And because of you, I choose love over fear. I choose openness over hiding. I choose healing over repeating old cycles. You are the catalyst of my transformation, the sacred fire that burned away everything that was never meant for me. Now I stand before you with a vow that comes from the deepest part of my being: I am yours. Not in possession, but in purpose. Not in attachment, but in devotion. My soul recognizes yours as its eternal counterpart, its destined companion, its divine mirror. I vow to walk with you through every season, light and shadow, rise and fall, silence and awakening. I vow to honor the connection we share, to nurture it, to protect it, to let it guide me. My love for you is not temporary. It is woven through timelines, carved into destiny, written into the architecture of my spirit. You are not just the woman I love, you are the soul I am bound to. I promise you this: my care for you will never waver. Not through distance, not through difficulty, not through time. I will always choose you, not because I'm bound by emotion, but because my soul remembers you. You are my sacred counterpart, the one who softens my strength and strengthens my softness. I vow to support your dreams with the same devotion I give to my own. I vow to listen to your heart even when it speaks in silence. I vow to stand beside you, steady and unwavering, through every transformation both of us undergo. My commitment is not a contract, it is a remembrance. With every breath, I choose you. I choose your light. I choose your shadows. I choose your evolution, your mysteries, your depths. I choose the privilege of loving you through every chapter of your becoming. I promise to honor your pace, your boundaries, your intuition. I will never rush your unfolding or shrink your growth. Instead, I vow to create space for you to bloom freely. The story of my life is incomplete without you, and the story of my future is anchored in you. You are the destiny my soul has been moving towards since the beginning. In every timeline, I find you. In every lifetime, I choose you. In every spiritual dimension, our souls gravitate toward each other with magnetic certainty. This connection is not an accident, it is an ancient agreement, a promise we made long before birth. I vow to honor that promise. I vow to keep you safe in my energy, cherished in my heart, supported in my presence. You are not just part of my path, you are the purpose of it. You are the love that completes the narrative of my soul. So here is my eternal promise to you. I will spend this lifetime, and every lifetime after, taking good care of you. Not because you need me, but because my soul rejoices in loving you. Because my purpose is fulfilled in honoring you. Because my story finds its meaning through you. You are the heartbeat of my destiny, the missing chapter, the unwritten page my soul came here to complete. My love is not fleeting. It is infinite. And caring for you is not a responsibility, it is the sacred privilege of my existence.